In this video, we're going to be taking a look at surveys, which are another common way, in addition to observational studies and designed experiments, to gather data. Frequently, surveys are used as part of an observational study or as a part of a designed experiment as a way to collect data, but surveys can also just be used on their own, not as part of a study or experiment. So surveys are basically when you collect data from respondents through interviews, phone conversations, internet polls, mail polls, etc. There are many pitfalls or drawbacks associated with surveys, things that you need to be aware of and look out for. So non-response is when just you don't get a significant number of people to respond. Okay, and that is an issue. If you don't have enough data, that's kind of a problem. Another issue is what's called voluntary response bias. And in voluntary response bias, the issue there is that your results may be biased due to the strong opinions of those who choose to participate. And this is actually a larger issue than just strong opinions. Anytime you're asking people to respond to a survey and you get some people who choose to respond and some who don't, you don't know if the results that you're getting, if in some way the people who choose to participate are significantly different from the people who choose not to participate. You don't know if your data is actually representative of the entire population. And usually people who choose to participate tend to do so because they have strong opinions. So for example, let's say we want to market a new type of chip, tortilla chip. And so we have this, I don't know, zesty lime tortilla chip or something. And we want to test market it. And so we ask people, you know, to maybe we mail out a bunch of them and say, hey, would you taste this and respond? And let's say that pretty much 100% of the feedback that we get back is negative. Let's say 50 people respond and all 50 people are like, we hate zesty lime. But maybe we mailed out 2,000 bags of zesty lime. So first of all, we have this non-response problem, right? If we only have 50 people responding out of 2,000, that's kind of a problem. And secondly, because we have this possible voluntary response bias, what if the remaining, you know, individuals in the larger population or in the larger group that we attempted to sample actually loved the chips? That would be the vast majority of the individuals. But it looks from our sample, the results that we got back, as though people really hate it. Okay, so it's possible that the strong opinions of people who chose to respond are actually not representative of the population as a whole. Okay, so that's the issue with voluntary response bias. And then the other big issue with surveys is that surveys alone are not enough to establish cause and effect. If you want to establish cause and effect, the only way to do that is through a designed experiment. It can't be done through an observational study, and it can't be done through a survey. So depending on the kind of information you're trying to get and the kind of conclusions that you're trying to draw, you have three main tools at your disposal. You've got the observational study, you have designed experiments, and you have surveys. and they're each kind of useful under different circumstances. The book does have a handy section where it talks about how to choose data collection techniques that are appropriate for your purposes.